Hi, my name is Christopher Westphal. I'm a licensed insurance agent in 46 states across the country. I help seniors every day with Medicare and their choices. And this video circulates about this time every year during the annual enrollment period, trying very hard to push seniors to whip out their credit card and pay for information that is free, and they should never be paying for it. So this video is my critique of their video that has so many false narratives and so many fake call to actions and so much fear of missing out that it's pretty sickening in my humble opinion. And this video is just that. It's my opinion of a sales pitch gone wrong to seniors that you may have even seen this video before, but I think now is finally the time that somebody calls them on it. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this video from Weiss Ratings, where they're going to tell you all you need to know about Medicare plans with some very inaccurate information from this TV personality named Ron Dolan. Ron had a show on CNN called something like Unscripted. And here, he's very scripted. He's going to tell you what you need to know about Medicare plans. And there's a couple of punchlines in here I really want to focus on. So let's take a look.
Very short videos on something very, very important to my family and important to your family too. I'm going to show you how to save money in this short video series. How to save money and get something which you don't have in Medicare, which was critically important to me. For over 25 years, I've been a trusted advisor.
So nowhere in here is it going to show you how to save money, by the way. This is all going to be a pitch to buy their information product and put it on your credit card. They're not going to give you guidance on which plan is best because they have no experience doing that. Weiss has experience selling information to people, in this case, pushing information on seniors. So let's see what they have to say about what is Medigap.
And what Medigap is, why you need it, and most importantly, know the good, the bad, and the ugly of all the plans that are available in your area. Otherwise,
I love the graphics in
you
here.
may pay too much
so somber,
for the wrong
scary
policy. Medigap, also known as Supplemental Medicare Insurance, has been all over the media lately. TV commercials, radio commercials, website ads. I even got an unsolicited email from a very well-known insurance provider, all telling me that I needed Medigap.
Here it comes.
The time was running out and that I needed to enroll, of course, in their plan before the deadline. Well, 2 out of 3 of those statements are correct.
No, they're not.
You know what Medicare is if you're over 65. If you're over 65, as I am, it is a very good idea to get Medigap. Agreed. Otherwise known as Medicare Supplement Insurance. And yes, it's true. Time is running out.
No, it's not.
The enrollment period is from October 15th to December 7th.
And this is why it is critically important to deal with a licensed insurance agent so they can know what the heck they're talking about. This statement right here, we talked about Medigap, Medicare Supplement, Medicare Supplemental. These are all the same things, right? They have absolutely no correlation whatsoever to the annual election period or annual enrollment period or annual open enrollment period, whatever you want to call it. October 15th through December 7th has nothing to do with Medicare supplement insurance products at all. You can sign up for a Medicare supplement anytime during the year. There should be no fear of missing out, no call to action to a certain deadline. You've got to act now. Not with Medicare supplement. No, the heck you don't. So this is the first one. This is pushing information that is false to seniors, and it's wrong information. Now, the annual election period is where you're choosing your Part D drug plan for the next year. Or if you want to do a Medicare Advantage plan and give up your original Medicare to go inside of a network or a PPO or an MSA or a managed care plan on Medicare Advantage, that's the private replacement for original Medicare. This is the period of time to do that, but that's not Medicare supplement. Those are two different things. We've covered that in many other videos, including the one on how President Trump was now pushing Medicare Advantage even to get folks off of original Medicare. If you're on the right browser, you should see a link pop up to that video. You should really check that out. So this is the first wrong thing in the video, talking about the enrollment period for Medicare supplement, because it doesn't exist.
And here's the big but. The company sending me the email, many companies advertising on TV, radio, and the internet, many of the companies spending hundreds of thousands, if not millions of bucks in advertising to get my eyes and ears, may not provide the right plan for me.
So this video now, with a paid spokesperson that's not a licensed insurance agent, and they say that, is going to tell you what the right plan for you is if you pay them cash money, put on your credit card to do it. They're purporting now that the insurance company can't take care of you. Only Weiss Research can tell you what plan is right for you. Sounds very much like dispensing insurance advice without a license to me.
I'm going to tell you a very personal story.
Okay, so then he goes and talks about how he had cancer and his bills were over $200,000. I'll spare you the sob story. And he says that the Medigap covers the gap between the cost of treatment and the doctor bills. There's no such thing. That's not the gap that we're talking about at all.
I can speak for what a difference it can make. Medicare is meant, if you've used it, as I have, more for short-term illness and chronic conditions.
No, Medicare is not meant for short-term conditions. Not at all. Medicare is comprehensive health care, A to Z.
Not for the longer term. And Medigap says, hold on, America. The difference between the doctors and the treatment and what actually we're going to pay, you're going to make up the difference.
Yeah, that's the 20% on Part B is not paid by Medicare, was never intended to be. That's the co-insurance part that you would pay. And in the hospital, that's Part A, it's around $1,300 for the Part A deductible. That's when you walk in the door to the hospital. And then everything in there is covered under Part A. That figure can change in future years, so I don't want to date this video by locking that in. But it's not the difference that it pays. It pays all of the gap. So a Medicare supplement policy should pay that other 20% in its entirety. The way that they're explaining here is just like I guess a layman would do if they're just trying to sell you insurance, not insurance, information. This is what they're doing.
I was lucky that I had backup to this $200,000 cancer treatment expense, but an awful lot of people are not as lucky as I am. The average person over 65 spends $9,000.
So this is where they try to put fear into you of how much you need a Medicare supplement policy by pulling these numbers out of the blue. These are just random numbers that some, probably hourly research assistant pulled up about how much does health insurance cost. This has nothing to do with Part B co-insurance, which would be way more relevant.
Problem we're talking about. 700,000 people suffer
from falls. How relevant is that for seniors? It's relevant, but if you have a supplement, it's not at all. But
are hospitalized
hip
because
fractures.
Of hip
There's
fractures.
No relevance whatsoever.
Both big problems.
Oh, it gets good.
And
hang on,
very
it's coming.
Expensive. Medigap for those gaps. With Medigap.
No, if you go into a hospital and you're having a hip replacement surgery and it's covered under Part A, the most you're going to pay is $1,300 and something. That's not why you need a Medigap plan. That's not why. And people fall down, they go to the hospital, even in the ambulance ride. That's not why you need a Medicare supplement. You need a Medicare supplement for the unhinged other 20%, of which there's no maximum out of pocket. It's the 20% on Part B, which everything else is being done under Part B because it's outpatient now. Your x-rays, your CAT scans, your outpatient surgery, the same day surgery that you have for knee replacement, which some people are doing nowadays. Everything that's outpatient is under Part B. That's why you need a Medicare supplement, not this hokey story about how many people fall down every year.
It's going to give you a by the way, I'm not here to sell you insurance. We don't sell.
Here it is. We don't sell insurance. I'm not here to sell you insurance.
Insurance. We're not selling you a policy. We don't sell insurance. There's plenty of people will do that.
Plenty of people. Plenty of those dirtbag people who'll sell you insurance. No, they'll just take your money and tell you what you could get from a good broker for absolutely free. See, we run the rates for everybody completely for free, truly independent. We'll show you all the same information and not charge you whatever they're charging here, $49, $79 for your free information report, which will show you the best plans in the market. Well, guess what? We get the same information. I literally pay $3,200 a month for the quote engine that I have that's tied in with the actuaries that have the real-time information for every zip code, every age in America, and we do the insurance across the country. And what do we charge for that service? Zero. Nada. Not a dadgum thing. So he's really hiding behind the cloak of integrity based on the fact that he's not going to help you with a policy. You can't hold him to any of the information he's going to give. The information that he's going to give is going to be rates out of context without showing you which company's best based on their reviews, the number of people that are going to answer the phone, the customer service people, how long have they been in business, who are they working with, who is their reinsurer, things like a real insurance agent would know.
We're selling you the plan to meet the need of spiraling costs.
All right, help you figure out
Does Medigap really make sense for you? There's a bunch of Medigap plans available. All sorts, I mean a lot of them.
I mean a lot of them. What he's trying to do here is put in the fear and confusion that this is so out of whack, you can't do it without my information. Get your credit card ready and just give it to us and we'll take care of everything for you. And then later, when they sell you the information, they're going to give you a toll-free number where you can just call customer service at some random insurance company based on what context? Based on the cheapest price? That's a real bad idea. He has no idea what the measurements are to measure in making a recommendation to someone.
Some are good, some are bad. Some are well-priced, some are rip-offs. How do you tell the difference?
You have an agent that specializes in Medicare. Maybe one that's been licensed for over 25 years. Maybe one that deals with Medicare companies every single day of the week. And maybe one who has more than 10,000 clients and 100% five-star reviews on Google. That may be somebody, and who doesn't charge you a dime for that free help. That's how you find out the difference. Now, as we go forward in the video, you'll see that his audio and the video are not in sync. That's not my editing. They're pretty bad editing in this video here.
And how do we make the search for the right policy at the right price much easier for you?
Oh.
Critical for me, critical for my family, and critical for yours. Are you with me here? What we're asking you to do in hours.
No, he's showing you how many hours it would take to find this information on your own. Hours and hours and hours. Horrible, just. Or you can order now.
One of the things you'll get with the
just get your
Medigap
credit card
report.
ready, folks.
We're doing all the work.
We're doing all the work.
Easy for you to get the best policy for your needs. Period.
Period.
If you make the wrong choices, you'll almost definitely get ripped off. I have an example here. A 65-year-old male in Florida likes Medigap Plan C, which gives...
Nobody buys Medigap Plan C, by the way. And if he sold the insurance, if he knew who was buying it, he would probably know that. But some researcher somewhere just thought, let's pick C. Let's pick Plan C.
Some nice extra benefits
over Plan A. Nobody buys Plan A. Probably have never bought Plan A in their life.
That the simple Plan A doesn't include. Right at this moment, Company A will charge him a whopping $5,479 per year. Yikes! But he can get the exact same policy from another company for just $2,180.
So finally, we put the finger on the one difference that this video actually makes sense and tells the truth. There is a big disparity between the prices charged by different companies in the Medigap space, no doubt. But if you're going to sort your search based solely on the premium, that's only one factor. Yes, it's the most important starting factor, but the other factors are, did that company start yesterday? How many insured lives do they have? To spread the risk over thousands, hopefully hundreds of thousands of members, so that any one member who has the most massive claim does not affect and the ripple effect through the number of insureds. So the whole purpose of insurance is to spread the risk over a lot of people. And if you had a company that just started yesterday with a teaser, a lowball rate, it's going to come up as the lowest rate. And if that's the only factor you're going by, you're going to get hammered when it comes time for rate increases. We want a company with stability, with financial backing, with good reinsurance, and with customer service people who answer the phone when you call and don't outsource it to somebody else. Those are some of the factors we look at in making our recommendation. Here they're only going on price, but it does bring out the one fact that there is a big difference in price between companies from the highest end to the lowest end.
What a difference. With this little factoid, which you could see plain as day in the Medigap report from Weiss,
and from us,
customized exclusively for him, he could save $3,229 per year.
All right.
Policy's bad enough. Paying too much for the wrong policy is even worse. There are
that
so
just
many
gets
different
more into a
policies
sales pitch.
with so many different investment. Yes.
Oh, look, it's only
Customized list
$49.
of plans and costs to where you live. I live in Montana. Yes. Wherever, it's your report.
And that's how our reports work. See, when you run a quote in the search engine, it's specific to your age, your zip code. And that's, it'd be customized.
You choose your own doctors. You avoid making costly mistakes of overpaying for possibly the wrong plan. The Weiss report comes with Weiss ratings for every...
With the Weiss ratings, not AM Best, But Weiss Ratings, it's their report on what they think of other companies. And if you've checked out their review on Weiss, you'll see how many times they've been right on things.
Company. The Weiss rating, its safety rating. The best down. You can deal with only the safest, most reliable health insurers. The phone number. The phone number.
The phone number.
You can call to contact them. The exact number to call.
The exact number to call. They're going to give you a phone number to an insurance company because you couldn't find it any other way. You couldn't Google it. You couldn't look on YouTube. You couldn't look in the phone book. You couldn't find it any other way. They're going to give you the phone number to the insurance company. Or you can have the insurance agent take care of it for you at zero charge and not have to call an insurance company to get an application. Because here's what happens when you do. Let's say you take Mr. Nolan's advice. You buy the Weiss report for $49 or whatever it is today. And then you get on the phone with the insurance company, you tell them what you want, and they're going to be an order taker. They're not going to recommend something. They're just going to type your information into an application. They're not going to find out about how healthy have you been in life. How would you respond to co-payments? Is this really the best plan for you? What plan did you come from before? All the information that should be taken into account before making a recommendation to a certain plan. No, you'd be calling the insurance company directly to an order taker, and they're going to put your information in the computer and send you out a policy. Then they're not going to follow up with you, make sure you got the policy, make sure you got the ID card, see if there's any ancillary things that you need to fill the other holes, like dental, vision, hearing, cancer, maybe. Those things that are critical to go over a checklist like we do to make sure that everything that you need going forward with your Medigap plan is in place. No, they'd just be taking your order for the one plan. And then when you need help, can you call your agent and say, hey, I got this question, something didn't work right, or this doctor said this, or can I use this plan there? Nope, you have to call customer service at whichever insurance company you picked up. No one is accountable personally to you because you didn't go through an agent. That doesn't cost anything more to go through at all.
And 100% money back guarantee.
Oh, good. They'll give you your money back.
I don't know, $100, $500, maybe $5,000. And I'm not kidding with those numbers. If you decide after seeing this customer with the money,
if you want to get your money back, you can. Here he goes again.
That you enroll.
This is so wrong.
The open enroll. It's as simple as that. Here are the important dates.
Here are the important, wrong information.
Critically important dates. The open enrollment period this fall starts October 15th.
Nothing to do with Medigap, but he should know that.
October 15th to December 7th, and it is so important that you enroll. We're going to talk more about it in the next couple of videos, but there's no time to waste. Remember, after December 7th, you won't get a do-over for another year. Okay, you're probably...
So that kind of ignorance right there could really cost you. If you look at the context of the whole thing, and from the very outset, the premise of it is, you've got the fear of missing out. You better do it by a deadline by December 7th. And you find out that that's an artificial deadline, that has nothing to do with the Medicare supplement business at all or your policy. See, if you already have a Medicare supplement plan, it continues right along. Even with Plan F and Plan C, which are similar, after 2020 starts, after 2020 starts, or the year 2020, then if you're brand new to Medicare after that point, you're turning 65 after January 1, 2020, you can no longer purchase Plan F or Plan C. But the whole point of this thing is it has nothing at all to do with the annual enrollment period. Nothing whatsoever. That's the part of the sales pitch that should just completely inoculate you from any of this information, because the whole context, the whole premise is a lie, is that you have to do this by December 7th. And after that, there's no do-over. It's right. There is no difference between doing a Medicare supplement application on December 6th and doing it on December 8th, because we can literally write a Medicare supplement application 365 days a year. Now, they probably won't process it on Christmas, but you could.
Thinking, I've seen enough of him. Well, I want some more information. I might even want to order this report. All you have to do to order it is to push the button at the bottom of the page.
Wow.
Push the button at the bottom of the page. It's a good
sales pitch, sales pitch, sales pitch. So what I try to do in the insurance industry is provide value to our clients, provide value to people that are in the market like you. And it just does make me a little frustrated when I see a sales pitch like this, buy right now, push the button, pick up the phone, call, or you're going to get screwed over by paying too much. You don't know what you're doing, so you need to get our report and pay us money. And we're not going to help you with a policy. We're just going to send you a report. Come on, you don't have to do that. I suggest going to a local broker, if that's what you choose to do, letting them help you with a plan face to face, or better, someone with a national outlook who can see trends as they start coming across the country, because we deal with all the major insurance companies. So if we've got a trend starting on the East Coast, for instance, with a carrier starting to do, for instance, Plan G rate increases at a double-digit rate, then we know that by the time it gets to Texas or it gets to Nevada or it gets to California, those rate increases are coming. So would we want to put somebody with that plan? No. And we know that, and we tell our clients that all the time, and prospective clients. However, a local broker that's just right down the street from you, he may not have access to the information that shows on a national basis what this company's doing. When I go meet with the leadership of companies like Aetna, Cigna, Mutual of Omaha, GPM, and the rest, and we're meeting with them when we're finding out what their loss ratios are, how their future outlook looks to be for the next year, which we do every year, it really makes a difference on the recommendations that we make, that my team makes to our prospective clients and our existing clients when we review their plans every year. We can say, look, you've got a moderate to low rate increase, and what we're seeing in the industry is the company that you're with is going to be the best one going forward, because other companies are doing maybe a 9, 12, 15% rate increase. It just gives a better perspective on the recommendation that we can make based on having all of the information for the entire country for all the companies that are out there. So if you go to a local broker, who knows what you may get. You also may get an incentive, because a lot of these companies you've never heard of that just started yesterday, they're off the wall. You've never heard of the brand of the insurance company. When they're brand new, they offer very big, significant incentives, some as much as $500 per application, when the company is trying to get a foothold in the agent market. And they're trying to tell the agent, hey, I know nobody's heard of us before. We're trying to launch in the Medicare supplement space. I'll give you this cash bonus if you start pushing our plan. It's one of the things you must keep in the back of your mind when you're thinking, wow, that rate is so much cheaper than everybody else. When did this company start? Oh, are there any incentives to you to write this brand new company that I've never heard of before? Interesting, because when I called Chris's office, he said that this is going on with that company, and this is the one he would recommend because of strength, stability, time in the market, number of insured lives, ratings with AM Best, claims paying ability, customer service we're going to get, and all the other stuff. So that's the only perspective that I bring, is the experience and the exposure to the entire country as a market. And yes, we could do it for you over the phone, and we don't even have to wipe off our feet to come into the house. We do it over the phone, make it very simple, and then we're accountable to you when you do have issues that come up from time to time, or something that needs clarification. You need something explained to you again because maybe you didn't get it. And then all of our clients get a packet in the mail with, here's what you signed up for, here are some other things that we recommend, here's our contact information, here's our magnet to put on your refrigerator, here's where we can be reached, because we don't want to write an application like so many do and then just disappear. And you'll wonder, where did my agent go? Who is accountable to me? And if you have to call the insurance company to figure out who your agent is, there's a problem. There's no relationship there with getting updates. So every year we like to communicate with our existing clients and let them know what's happening in the Medicare market. And that's one of the things that you get as a benefit of working with an agent that's accountable to you. My name is Chris Westfall. Don't fall for the sales pitch. Don't fall for the high pressure. If somebody's telling you, got to get this done right now, got to get this done right now, maybe something to consider why they're using such high pressure. As in this video, it's completely blatantly wrong, but I believe the fault here is just on their lack of education, because they didn't take any licensing or certification courses to get a license in the first place, or every year to stay certified with Medicare. Can't fault them for that, but also can't give them money for a report that's going to be based on recommendations that who knows what, just based on price. There's a lot more factors that if your health is at risk, you'd want to have those factors considered in your recommendation too. So if my office can help you, please call us at the number listed below. It's 800-729-9590. My name is Christopher Westfall. I'm a Medicare agent, and I help people with Medicare. Thanks for watching. Please share with anybody considering their Medicare choices, and especially people who are thinking that they've got to do something by December 7th for Medicare supplement, because they don't. Again, the annual enrollment period only has to do with their Part D drug plan or Medicare Advantage, those private plans that take you out of original Medicare. Thanks for watching, y'all. God bless. Bye-bye.